This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr.
Hey, LowcoSports fans. This is awkward. Just me for the moment. Wes Kerr on his way back from Hilton Head Christian Academy, where it was a wild one tonight. Went 3+ hours over there, but the Eagles stay alive, and we've got a couple of highlights for you tonight that we'll get to momentarily. But had to get the show going a little after 10 o'clock already. I'm already tired, so we're going to have to wrap this thing up by 11 or so. But Wes will be with us here in a few minutes, and he was out there. He'll tell us about the atmosphere. What I can tell you about the atmosphere is I couldn't get in. I couldn't make it to the game. I tried twice tonight. Little after the 6:30 first pitch, I went by and the cars were backed up all the way out on the Bluffton Parkway. There was no chance to get in there. I did not have the patience for that, and especially because I knew there was a great game going on across town. May River softball in action tonight, and they get the win over Airport. So I went and checked out a few innings of that. Sharks look good. Got a big lead, 6-0, held on 6-1, pitched out of a jam. Caden Swafford getting out of a big jam in want to say the fourth inning, maybe the fifth inning. Want to say the fourth, when they had the bases loaded and she was able to get out of it without any damage. So the Sharks march on, and they'll go to North Augusta on Saturday. So we'll let you know more about that when Wes gets here. We'll have a little banter about it. In other action, Hilton Head Prep, but Hilton Head Christian did get the win, by the way, 16-6, and we'll show you the home run that technically was a walk-off, but only because it created a 10-run rule situation from Roman Colella. It's quite a blast, and we had two angles of it. But anyway, Orangeburg Prep 6-5 over Hilton Head Prep, so that series also going to a third game. We do have the details on HHCA's Game 3. They will go to Orangeburg tomorrow night. They will play at Merwin. What's it called? Merwin Field. Mermo Field, where Claflin plays their home game. So pretty cool ballpark there, actually. It'd be a good facility for a neutral site championship game between Hilton Head Christian and Ben Lippen. And then Orangeburg Prep, Hilton Head Prep, we will try to find out. If anybody knows, let us know where that one is going to be played, presumably at 6:30 tomorrow night as well. And then the other big story of the night would be the High School League 1A state championships for track and field. Ridgeland's boys finishing 7th, the girls finishing 5th. Hardyville boys 21st, girls 22nd. We did have some champs. Jaden Exley from Ridgeland winning the long jump. She had a huge day. The Ridgeland 4x1 boys also winning the title. Alexander Garvin, Marcus Hunter, Deshaun Albin, and Samaj Hicks. So there's the highlights tonight from a busy day of playoff action and postseason action around the Lowco. And once again, Wes Kerr will be joining us here shortly to talk more about that Hilton Head Christian Academy game and our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, sponsored by our presenting sponsor of the LowcoSports Lowdown, Mickelson Law Firm, our all-star sponsor. They've been with us since the beginning. Truly, I started this thing back in 2017, and it was summer, June, and there wasn't a lot going on, and that was by design. And I tiptoed out to cover the Dixie all-star tournaments and made a best friend in Ryan Mickelson, who became a big supporter of what we're doing. And Mickelson Law Firm still our biggest sponsor, our all-star sponsor. They're our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. And we'll be talking a lot about HHCA tonight. We've got our answer. Brandon Hunter coming through. Prep will play Monday at 6 at Dorchester Academy. So we will get state championship games and Tyler Britchke with the information as well. Same info. So it's confirmed Monday at Dorchester, 6 o'clock. So we'll get championship games on Friday and Monday. We'll also have another big game in the Lowco tomorrow on the baseball diamond, South Florence at Beaufort in the lower state semifinals, I guess you would call it, best of 3 series. South Florence took game 1 last night in a crazy game. Beaufort threw a no-hitter and lost 2-0. Not too many walks, a few hit by pitches, one untimely error for the Eagles, and it was a 2-0 win for South Florence. What in the world has happened here? We just switched it all up. I didn't click this. Strange things afoot here on the I didn't do any of this. I don't know who's doing these things, but we got gremlins. There's Wes Kerr.
All right, we good.
And in his Canes thing. Awesome. South Florence. I thought you was playing.
Sorry?
Oh yeah, it was South Florence. I said North Augusta, but it's South
I forgot
Florence.
we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
No, we are live. I just didn't
May
realize
River
that
going
when
to
you came
South
in.
Florence on Saturday. I said North Augusta. I meant
Like,
South
what's going
Florence.
on here?
North Augusta
But,
was one of the 4 teams that advanced.
Yeah, crazy night on the baseball side. Heartbreak
Crazy.
for Hilton Head Prep. Absolute heartbreak for them. They were 3 outs away from ending it tonight.
Yeah, they were really close, right? Almost had it wrapped
Yep.
up, and Orangeburg able to rally, so they'll have a decisive game. It looks like it will be Monday at Dorchester Academy for the prep game. Tomorrow night in Orangeburg at Claflin's Field, Mermo Field, for HHCA. So good stuff there. And Wes, you're here now. You, unlike me, you managed to actually get into that HHCA game. I learned that part of the problem was it was also opening night of the play at Hilton Head Christian Academy.
Oh,
so that
that's
contributed.
not well planned, although sometimes you can't control that.
Well, I mean, yeah, they didn't. They weren't supposed to. The series was supposed to be to a neutral site by now.
So right, okay, yeah, So indeed, it was it was a tough experience for them because it was short notice. They didn't know they were going to have a game on today because it was supposed to be played earlier in the week. So understandable, totally understandable why the conflict happened. But I was like, oh my goodness, I was driving into the school and it was like bumper to bumper traffic,
right?
And like obviously I was like, oh, did Ben Lippen bring their whole student body there or something, or the whole fan base there? But
they did bring 2 buses.
Section. And there are
they brought
fans there, and there are a bunch of Hilton Head Christian Academy Eagles fans there. It was a terrific. I'll tell you what, I've said that Hilton Head High was the best baseball experience to go to a game. Hilton Head Christian Academy's got that beat. Just a tremendous atmosphere. It felt like a minor league game. Like it was that, just the whole experience, the fans, the setup, the just the beautiful field landscape. The audio, the PA announcer, it just felt like a double-A minor league game. It was that well done, well put together. I've been there before, but just incredibly impressed by how they put everything together on a game day. Just outstanding job. And I'll tell you what, this game turned on its head. Ben Lippen, I was close to walking away and going to the May River game.
Really?
But so it was 3-0. I was like, Hilton Christian came up to bat bottom of the first, and I was like, well, I doesn't look like they're gonna put anything together. And they got down early last game. It was like I wasn't feeling it. Then Slade Bird hits a home run to center field, so might as well stick around for a bit longer. And then the offense goes berserk. Starting in the 3rd inning, they put up 3 runs and 5 in the 4th, and just a clinical offensive performance. 12 walks drawn by this team, 11 hits, but more importantly, they just ate away at that pitching staff tonight. And maybe Ben Lippen has someone in mind they will go for game 3, but HHCA was all over that Ben Lippen side. After the first 2 innings or so, they scored in every inning since, and of course, it was capped off by the Roman Colella 3-run game-ending home run to finish off the run rule 16-6 victory. And that's always cool.
Speaking of which,
technically a walk-off, because a walk-off is if you come back from behind or come back when tied and win the game, and you jump ahead, basically.
Yeah, it feels like cheating to call it a walk-off.
Game-ending home run, which is always fun.
Well, we've got it from Game Changer, and then we've got it from another angle thanks to you. Let's see, is it first pitch? Yeah, it is. All right, here we go. He likes that first pitch, doesn't he? Ooh!
First pitch, swing, and see you later. Good night.
Stood and admired it, and let's see it from the other angle. Boom!
Someone's face had a cameo there. I went the best game of work. Does the job.
The best you could do with the angle you had.
But I'll tell you what, the club level seats were amazing.
Right?
Yeah. Like I said, it felt like you were at a AA minor league baseball game on a evening in July or something like that. It was beautiful.
Packed house back there.
Yeah.
They do a good job with the small footprint that they have.
They do.
To make
They
it
do.
to make it happen.
And I mean, that's probably the biggest crowd I've seen in a baseball game this year. Both student sections were packed. Ben
Yeah.
Lippin brought a great crowd with them, and
Well, they brought 2 buses because they were
they
taking
brought
on
2
10 parking
buses, and I
spots.
saw like 20 pizza boxes stacked up on top of one another, and they were eating away at that, and the game started. And yeah, a great crowd on either side, and very enjoyable. Obviously, as a Hilton Christian Academy fan, but I'm impressed by the response when they went down, because going down 3-0 in an elimination game like this, you could have folded. You could have just let it slip away from you, and we've seen it happen before. But credit to Slade Bird, he kind of started the rally, and then we finally saw it getting going a couple innings after that. Just great at bats, whether it was walks, whether it was hard hit balls. Everyone did their job, and that's what you got to do: move runners, put runners on, move runners over. They did it flawlessly, or at least for a good part of the game. And so Slade, the interesting part of this game, Slade Bird, who homered in his first at bat, they intentionally walked him twice. One time was very interesting because they walked him in, they gave him first with nobody out, and then Ronald Colella made them pay. He drove in 3, although there was an error on that play, so it wasn't 3 RBIs, but 3 runs scored on the base hit by Roman Colella, which basically turned the tide and gave HHC the lead. And from then it was they were pouring it on. They were pouring it on, and give credit to my guy on the mound, Cole Sperger, who went 4 but was dominant for the most part. Gave up 2 runs or gave a couple of runs, 3 runs early, just scattered a couple across the board, but he was fantastic. 7 strikeouts, and got themselves out of some jams. And just after that first inning, which I missed,
he's an 8th grader, by the way.
Sorry,
he's an 8th grader, by the way.
He's an 8th grader. Incredible. After that first inning where walked, it was mostly walked 2 guys, hit 2 more on hit by pitches. But then after that, he was rock solid and didn't really get much trouble in terms of his control. So bounced back as the team did, and momentum is a crazy thing sometimes in the game of baseball. It can turn one way or another way very quickly. And for Hilton Christian County, they rode that wave the rest of the way to wind up being a pretty lopsided win. And now they are 1 away from capping off just an unbelievable and certainly improbable at some points playoff run for a baseball.
Yeah. I mean, pretty incredible. I mean, we knew.
I'm not saying improbable, but unlikely. Unlikely is the better word to describe it, because they won last year.
And it has been a pretty incredible. I mean, just some of the guys they've had to count on. Starting an 8th grader in a must-win game in the playoffs is crazy, and they got away with it. They won, so that's impressive. They've found a way.
He felt like a
junior. I mean, he's a big, strong kid, and he's pitched big games his whole life. I mean, he's played a ton of travel ball. He was always on the all-star teams. He's been the guy that gets the ball in the big game, and he's tough. He's really tough. But that's the level of kid that our kids are facing, at 14 now. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. It's awesome. The golf fundraiser for Special Olympics is happening this Sunday at Dolphin Point Golf Course, per our friend Jeff Riley. And I guess there's some information on Facebook that is in the comments.
Regular contributor to our show now, Jeff Riley. Great
Absolutely.
Is Celtics staying alive last night?
Yeah, despite Jason Tatum's Achilles injury.
Tell you what, sometimes a team will rally. We've seen teams before rally around injury, and everybody else gets better. And maybe that'll help and happen with Boston this year. I'm not sure if without Tatum it's gonna be difficult, although it's pretty wide open from right now in terms of the teams left. But I will say that I've seen in many different sports, and even locally in high school sports, teams rallying around when the player
Yep.
goes down. It just empowers them further. So do not count out the Boston Celtics. Now all the pressure is going to be on the Knicks in Game 6. So sorry,
Yeah.
an aside, but back to
No,
it.
it's okay. It
Yeah,
creates opportunity
yeah,
for people who are
yes,
hungry for opportunity. I
yes.
mean, people are eager to step up and fill a role when they get an
Yeah.
opportunity. So, yeah, those guys
But
rallied
Jeff
and
Riley, a
they're
great
still in the
guy. I've
fight.
enjoyed talking
Great
to him,
guy, the
texting with
best.
him, and very knowledgeable young man. Just he's a great great guy,
Absolutely.
and did a great job on the mic this year for USC basketball.
Yeah, man. Great job. You're rocking your Canes jersey tonight, right? Is that what I see?
Indeed, yes.
Canes closed
I
out
was
Ovi
they
and the
closed out the
Caps
Caps.
tonight.
Yep, moving on.
Yeah, good
Yep.
stuff. Denver OKC in a Donnybrook.
Mm.
Four, almost 5 minutes to go in the third. Got a tie ball game. So got some good games going on. We appreciate you hanging out with us
Yeah,
as your second
yeah,
screen. I did, as I said, I couldn't get a parking spot at Hilton Head Christian. So I cruised on over. Well, I couldn't even get in the parking lot the first time. So I just cruised on over to May River.
yeah.
Knowing that you were at HHCA, I figured might as well
I'm
stop
glad I
this one
stayed
here.
over there because I
Me too.
thought about heading over to the Shark Tank, but I'm glad I
I'm glad
stayed
you
and
stuck it
watched this.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was quite a
uh,
show.
yes.
So it was pretty much all sharks. It was kind of eventful. I was watching on Game Changer on my way over there, and I saw everybody was standing around, and nobody was arguing with the umpires or anything. So I didn't know what was going on. And then I
Mm.
got there and I saw the problem. We had an umpire in the parking lot with his pant leg pulled up. He
Oh no.
had messed up his knee, so we were down to two umps. So that was unfortunate, but that held it up a little. Um, Charlotte Berkeley got it going with a two-run single early. Sharks got four in the first, and just kind of were in control. Caden Swafford was just pitching, and they were playing
Yeah.
defense, turned double play. Pretty run-of-the-mill game. They got up 6-0, and then the bases were loaded with nobody out, and
Ooh.
Airport was really threatening, and the dugout was chattering, and it was getting pretty hype. So I turned on the camera, and Swafford had kind of lost her command a little bit. She was missing, just barely missing some spots she had been hitting and walked a couple people, but she's able to get the strikeout
Yep.
there. Kelly Clark
Huge,
trying to back
huge.
pick. Big out there. And then both the catcher and I got fooled on this one. Looked like that was popped straight up. I was following Callie because she was going to get it. Actually went to second base.
Oh, wow.
And so we got two outs. We both got fooled on that one. And so she's about out of the jam, and then just needs to make one more pitch. Gets the pop up. Olivia Nagel over there
Very
to finish
nice.
the inning
Sharks
off.
win the district title, and they will.
Yeah, that was just the fourth
Yes.
inning, I think. But I cut out
Yeah.
after that and
Yeah.
tried to go back to HHCA and failed, so I just came on home. But that was either the fourth or the fifth. But they got out of the jam. It's a really solid team. They're a problem, up and down the lineup. They got two really good pitchers, and they play solid defense.
We do. That's the
There's
formula in
definitely some
softball.
spots on defense where I'd say if they have a weakness, it's the defense is a little bit soft in spots, but not bad. I mean, just a couple kids that are maybe playing just a touch out of their depth in certain positions. It wouldn't be their ideal position, but it's not super noticeable. They could attack the ball a little bit better at times, but it's high school softball. But no,
Looking at
they
the
look really good, and they got a tough matchup now going up to South Florence.
South Florence. So is that tomorrow? Because they're behind.
Saturday at noon.
Oh, it's Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get it off. That's nice because I was thinking they would go right back at it tomorrow because they're behind the schedule. So it would be nice if the high school league would update that bracket, but I guess we'll have to go on the fly.
Well, it's already on the May River Game Changer at noon
right,
Saturday at on the
Saturday
South Florence Game
at
Changer.
and then who we got? So just one note now. This is not the same as baseball. It's not best of three.
Right.
It's a
It
lower
is
state bracket, double elimination, like
it's
it
another
was before.
14 bracket.
In
Yeah.
the old days. So
Yeah,
it'll
and I've
be
got it
Gray
right here.
Collegians, and
North Augusta.
North Augusta.
No. South Florence. Sorry. Who was the
Wait,
other
wait,
one?
wait.
Gilbert.
Great
Gilbert's the other one, right?
Collegiate apparently is in. They're the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Who's from District B? Gilbert. Looks like
Yeah.
Gilbert. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Gilbert,
okay. So yeah,
May River, and South Florence.
May River's the second lowest. So the top. Yeah. Actually, no. Hartsville did not advance, but the top 3 seeds plus Gilbert, the 5 seed, advanced
Actually, you
from
know
the.
what? I don't know that for sure. I'm about to look it up.
Okay. Um, Actually, Gilbert Hartsville. Okay, that was okay. Actually, Gilbert won the game 6, the if game. Um, I do not know what happened in the if game. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, me
Let's
too.
see. No,
2-0
Hartsville
Hartsville.
won 2-0.
Hartsville won two
So the
nothing. So
top.
it's Hartsville that
Okay,
comes
see
through.
the top.
Top 4 seeds all
All
advanced.
the top seeds advanced. All right, all the top
Yep.
seeds advanced. So Hartsville will play Gray, and then May River will play South Florence. So
Yeah.
it is possible if the Sharks, obviously the Sharks win, they're guaranteed at least one more home game. If they lose,
Right.
and if Hartsville loses, they would also play at home. So
Right. Yep.
likely we'll get another home game, but we will see what happens. And you'd love to find a way to get done. And I'll tell you what, it's nice that they get an extra day of rest.
Yeah.
They've had to play a lot of softball. At least they did get one day off because they beat they beat Colleton, and then
Yeah.
the surprising loss from Colleton to Airport, where Colleton had a 1-run lead in the 7th. I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
there's been some crazy comebacks recently, and some of our local teams been on the wrong end of them,
Yeah.
particularly Colleton County and now Hilton Head Prep. No, I mean those were small leads, but still, I mean those are tough when you let them slip away. And that was a stunner. I did not expect Airport to come back and take out Colleton like they did.
Yeah,
But
I didn't either. Yeah, it looks like the Sharks are going to go up against a really solid pitcher.
mm,
So this should be in Peyton
yeah,
Perry. So this should be a really good game.
yeah.
South Florence on Saturday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately on
Wish
the
it was
road, but
home,
I'm
but
sure it'll be streaming on the Game
yeah,
Changer. Yeah, I
hopefully.
mean, I'm sure it'll be streaming on the Game Changer.
Indeed,
Let's shout
indeed.
out some sponsors. We got our returning Lowco Booster Club member, Hudson Seafood House on the Docks. They are a great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. If you live around here, you already know about Hudson's. It's a community treasure, an iconic place on Hilton Head Island, and presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. Speaking of icons, Curry Kirkpatrick, Bob Stevens, and Rich Vasirico talking sports every week on the Lowco Media Network. New episode aired Monday night. It was a good one. Go check it out. Under the Bus, presented by Hudson's Seafood House on the Docks. New sponsor, Hilton Head Furniture. Satola family bringing great handcrafted furniture down from Hickory, North Carolina to sell to you, to keep in your home for a long time. Quality furniture right here in the Lowco with Hilton Head Furniture. And if you need to improve your view of the Low Country, HHI Windows and Doors has got you covered. Coach Barron, new to the windows and doors game. We know him from the basketball game, but we know he's a great leader. Going to have a great operation over there at HHI Windows and Doors. So calling them to improve your view of the Low Country. All right, Wes. Tough loss for Hilton Head Prep. Great win for HHCA. Great win for May River.
Yes, we'll have 2 game threes, 2 deciding
Softball.
games
Yeah,
of the
one
SCISA.
tomorrow, one on Monday. So that's pretty
Interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Do
did
we know where
see
the
also.
game tomorrow will be? I have not heard.
Yeah, it's in Orangeburg at Mermo Field where Claflin plays. 6:30.
Oh, nice. Now you play on college.
Bluffton and May River
Nice.
both headed to the 4A State Championship Golf Monday and Tuesday in
Very nice.
Seneca. Beautiful country up there in Seneca.
Great.
Going to be some elevation changes, boys. Be ready for that. But no, the other big thing going on today, High School League
Track and field.
1A State Championships track and field. Ridgeland had really strong showings this year. The boys, we felt like the boys had a chance to maybe make a run at the title, and they came up a little short. Finished 7th with the Hardyville boys in 21st, but the Ridgeland girls showed out. Finished 5th with 35 points. Hardyville girls tied for 22nd. Some state champs. Jaden Exley from Ridgeland won the long jump. She also placed 3rd in the triple jump. And was on the 4th place 4x1 team. So really good day for Jaden Exley, who was also a terrific basketball player, wrapping up a great career there at Ridgeland. Ridgeland boys 4x1, Alexander Garvin, Marcus Hunter, Deshaun Albin, and Samaj Hicks winning gold in the relay, which is awesome. Samaj also was runner-up in the 200, ran a heck of a race, was seated much lower than that and came through with a strong race, and he was 7th in the 100, so great day for him. Other runner-up, Cordell McLean from Ridgeland in the discus, and then third place finishers on the podium, Terrence Hayward from Royal Live Oaks in the pole vault, and Jasmine Ferguson from Ridgeland in the 100. She also had another good finish. Where was she? She was on that 4x1 team that placed 4th. Kalani Mitchell, freshman from Hardyville, 4th in the 100, 5th in the 200 on the girls' side. So really nice start to her high school career. And then let's see, the Hardyville boys 4x1, Kamari Brown, Lewis Gadsden, Tyrell Jamison, Jeremiah Dunham, placing 5th. And the Ridgeland 4x8 boys, Jabian Harris, Frederick Toomer, Ahmad Garvin, and Janelle Logan, placing 8th in the 4x8. So outstanding work from those athletes. And I know from, talking with our Hardyville kids and they showed awesome progressions all year. And at the end of the day, it's not about necessarily where you finish at that state meet. I mean, it is obviously you want to get on that podium, but if you have another year left, it's about how far did you come this year and how far can you take it next year. And that's what we'll be preaching to our kids who maybe fell short of their goals here tonight, that there's a opportunity awaits. Just got to get back in the lab and get back to work. But I love those track kids. They toil in relative anonymity, and they go out and when the season starts, they're going out in the frigid cold, and when the season ends, they're going out in the blazing heat, and they work. They work.
Yeah, especially at the end of the season when it gets so hot. I mean, those meets, especially if you're doing it during the day, and not just that, but a lot of athletes, they have to participate in multiple events in the same day, and it's just the fitness and the nutrition and all that goes into it to stay fresh in between events. That's not easy, especially when it's like when you're competing in a low country late spring time of the year where it's approaching 90 degrees over the weekend. I mean, I hopefully those athletes competing
hydrate.
Yeah, stay hydrated and find some air conditioning when you can, because it is no joke how warm it is going to be at the end of this week and into the weekend. So hopefully everyone stays cool and puts up some low times while they're at it, and some good results on the field as well. I'm pumped to see Beaufort had a terrific showing in the lower state qualifier. I'm excited to see how they do in the state championship coming up, and a lot of other schools have brought some top finishers from those lower state meets. I always feel so excited for them, because this is the big time of the year. This is where you have a chance to potentially earn a state title for yourself or maybe for your team. And like you said, these guys go so unnoticed, and they work as harder, if not harder than everyone else. It takes so much. I was there. I was a cross country runner, and that's why we don't get the support on our meets compared to football or even like volleyball. It's much different, but it's the same grind. It's the same practice routine. Doing 2 days for a good part of the year. You're practicing. You're working out. It's a big time commitment, and these athletes put in so much work. And many times, as I said, more than most others. And I'm not trying to single one team or one sport out. They're all difficult, but the purest form is track and field, and you really have to be dialed in. You have to put in the effort to become that much better, because the margins are, as we know from the Olympics, the margins are so thin when you compete in these kinds of events, and you just want to be that one step quicker. And credit to these kids who just keep putting the extra effort and work harder than the rest of them. So props to them, and we'll definitely continue to shout out to those young men, young women, as we continue through the week and into the weekend. And great to see those 1A squad putting the work and achieving some good recognition over there. And so a lot more to go. I believe we have, let's see, Friday and Saturday. We have some more.
We should have. Yeah,
believe.
2A, I believe 2A and 4A
And
are
then
both
Saturday will be 3A. Okay.
tomorrow. I had it up somewhere, and now I can't find what window it was in. Um, but yeah, that sounds right. I'm pretty sure it's.
I
I know
would.
2A is tomorrow. Yeah, 2A and 4A tomorrow. 3A on Saturday, but I think Creek only
Yeah.
has like one qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it won't be at the hottest time of the day. They're doing it at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Although Saturday, good luck there. Even though it starts at 9 a.m., sure it'll be going close to the.
Wes, we have a request for you tomorrow evening when Los Canes are up on John's Island taking on St. John's. Coach
I
Rayleigh
got it.
would like
I
you to
got
wear
it. I
that
got the
Canes
St. Cane's
visor.
visor. I will put it on tomorrow after I get home, and we'll send the good luck towards Hardyville
Maybe
as
run
they
back that Canes jersey you're wearing too, because that worked tonight.
well. Hey, different, same nickname, different team. Maybe it'll work again. So, yeah.
But yeah,
Hopefully they can get it done
put
against
on
St.
that
John's. I
Canes
like their
visor.
chances. I like their chances
You're
tomorrow.
repping these Canes tonight, and they won. So let's make sure you rep our Canes tomorrow night.
Indeed.
Here's some more news. Signing
Sign
day
day.
today at May River High School. Saw Coach Bigham over at the softball game tonight. And he apologized for not letting me know. And I said, well, I was at school anyway, so wouldn't have been able to
Nice.
make it. But a whole bunch of kids going to Newberry, which
Ooh.
is one thing that stands out. We already knew about at least one of them. Bo Gwynn going to Newberry College. We knew that. He announced it right here on the LowcoSports Lowdown. Tanner Macy going to Wofford also to play football. And then Caleb Oko, football player, going to Brevard College, where we've had a few kids matriculate over the years. 3 lacrosse stars from that state runner-up team. Logan Calvo to North Greenville, and Landon Kushner and Carter Wiltsey headed to Coker University. And then our other Greenville signees that I mentioned, Ignacio Rodriguez, Nacho, going to play volleyball at Newberry.
Ooh,
And
very nice.
Josh Echevarria, one of the greats that's come
Yes.
through here as far as high school wrestling goes, going to Newberry as well. And then Ethan Sprinkle playing football at North Greenville. So 4 football signees, 3 lacrosse signees, 1 for volleyball, 1 for wrestling
Yeah,
over in
great
May
group
River.
of
Good stuff. 9 kids living the
seniors right
dream.
there. You talk about the football program and its success, and I'm excited to see what Tanner Macy can do. I mean, I think you can put him in a couple of different places on the offensive side. Potentially, uh, we'll see where he ends up. Multi-tool. Not sure what happened there with your camera, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Tanner Macy earn his opportunity and look to make the most of it at a Division I school at Wofford, and I think that's very attainable for Tanner Macy to make his mark at some point over there. And a great group of Echevarria, one guy we've talked about a bunch. If you've watched the Loco Grind or just the LowcoSports Lowdown, one of the studs on the wrestling mat throughout the years, and those lacrosse guys. I mean, way to set an example and to make your mark by getting to that state championship game. Although certainly a forgettable result there, but to get to that point, no one's ever done it here in the Loco before. Certainly have left a mark with what you did there, and some outstanding talent on that team that will be missed. But I mean, excited to see what they will do in the future as they continue to swing the hammer and develop future studs over there on the lacrosse field. And so maybe we're doing it right. Congrats to all those fellas for making it official. Such a exciting thing. That's one of the favorite things I've been able to cover over the years here has been able to document those signing days and talk to those kids emotionally charged after making, the signs official, and such a great moment to be with them and their families and their classmates.
No doubt about it. It's a cool thing. It's a really
I
cool
love how they
thing.
do it. I like how they do it during school hours because a lot
Yeah,
of the times it's easier for classmates and just the other students to go, and especially for the younger freshmen. Like you see what you can do when you work hard, and to
Yeah, I
have
like
that.
how they've made it a school event
Yeah,
because, I mean, everybody in that building played a role in some form or fashion in getting those kids across the finish line. I mean, the academic piece is a big part of it. They wouldn't be there if they hadn't taken care of business at school. And everybody in that building has a role in that part. So
right.
I love that. I love that all their teammates get to be there. Like you said, the younger kids that look up to them. get to see that and want that for themselves. And it just makes for a built-in audience. I mean,
Yeah.
raucous atmosphere, which is what you want. You want the kids to feel celebrated, and everybody to enjoy that moment together. So no, I like how this has trended. It used to be more of a like after hours type thing, and it's
Yeah,
become
some schools
a
do
part of the
still do it
school
that
day, and
way,
I kind of
but
like it that way.
yeah, I do like it when it's part of the school day. Hilton
Yeah.
Head Prep does it too, where you get to see a ton of student athletes come over to the field house, and they
Hmm.
the gym, they do their signings, and that's a really cool experience. And
Same at Christian Academy. They do
yep,
the same kind of thing.
yeah,
May River, I love the way they set it up. Bluffton usually does theirs a little different. Buford does theirs in the auditorium, up on the stage. I mean, there's no wrong way to do it.
yeah.
But I do like the idea
I
of
just
doing it
like when
during the school day
the
and
whole
letting the
school gets
people
involved,
in.
like you said,
Yeah, I
everyone
do
makes
too.
a touch on those athletes who move on and get to play for
Here's
the next.
another newsy note for you. Andrew Massey, who Hilton Head High
Saw that today.
defensive star, just a rising junior, had 68 tackles last year, 10 tackles for loss. He just picked up a big time offer. Toledo
Nice.
offered him, so D1
Former
offer,
Mike Julian,
little
who put Hilton
matching.
on the map back in the day.
Yeah,
Yep,
true.
yep. So connection
So
there.
that's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, no, BJ Payne's obviously he has done a great job helping just to increase the opportunities for these kids, and like I said, to put several have put the program on the map, and you continue to see with the Tour de Pain and what all that does, and these kids earn it. They have to earn it. They have to put in the work and put in the effort on the field, but they BJ Payne, has given those kids those opportunities, and Toledo's been one of the schools we've seen before that's been attached to this program, and so good for Massey, great honor for that kid, and that's just a great opportunity, especially when you earn a chance to play at a school like that, and get to play college football. That's the dream of so many, and looking to see what he can accomplish coming up as he moves on to that next chapter when his career is done over there at Hilton High. But yeah, I mean, awesome stuff there to see that commitment made, and I'm excited to see what BJ Payne continues to make happen with this program. Great year for the Seahawks this past season.
Sure
I,
was.
I was so impressed by what that team was able to do, and getting that playoff win at home first time in a number of years. What that they did that, and just the way that defense played this season, and I know Max said, I know one of the other guys said on this show. I think that was one of the best teams that BJ Payne has ever put together this year, and he just continues to do even more as the years have gone on with that program. And so great to have his services with all that he's done, and now he's been wearing multiple hats again as he gets ready to put on the All American Football Camp
That's right. Starts tomorrow
tomorrow.
over at
Yes,
Hilton Head High.
Marcus
So,
Walsh will be over there doing some coverage for WHHI, I believe.
yep. Yeah, absolutely. And should be a cool time. So it always is. It's a great event. And the kids who get to be a part of it are definitely blessed to have the opportunity. So should be very cool. I'm gonna read sponsors and we're gonna do parting thoughts because there's not a whole lot left to talk about other than we can
Dwindling.
get. I guess we could get into what's that?
So it is dwindling.
Yeah, it's dwindling. But tomorrow night we do have baseball. South Florence at Beaufort, and the Beaufort has a must-win situation there. They're
Yep.
down 1-0. Um,
By the way, I mean, just one of the most insane
crazy,
games that you will ever see.
brutally bad beat.
My goodness.
Yeah,
Buford with
Hudson
a
Mullen was
no-hitter,
dealing.
combined no-hitter, and they lose 2-0. Just unreal. Unreal stuff.
Yeah, brutal way to go for
Not
those
to go.
guys.
They're
But
still alive, but
yeah, well, I mean in that game.
yeah.
But to go down after throwing a no-hitter, that's rough. It was just one error too. It was just one time untimely
Yeah.
error combined with hit by pitches and walks. But he was effectively wild, to say the least. But no, I like their chances to bounce back. They got Hollingsworth going, I
Yeah.
would assume, and
Yep.
he
I'll
gives them
tell
a
you
real good
what.
chance to get to game 3.
I'll tell you what, if you're a Beaufort fan, Beaufort committee member, find a way to make it to that game. I want to see those Kirkland crazies
Oh, the
showing out
Kirkland Crazies
tomorrow
will
night.
be in
Yeah.
full effect. You can bet on that. You can bet on that. So should be a good one tomorrow night over on Ladies Island, and then up in Orangeburg, Hilton Head Christian and Ben Lippen for all the marbles in SCISA 4A. We've also got a girls soccer lower state final
Yes,
with
we
Hilton
do.
Head traveling to Bishop England in Class 4A, and a boys soccer lower state final with the Canes from Hardyville traveling up to St. John's in 1A. And as we mentioned, high school league 4A and 2A track and field championships. And then we'll keep it rolling on Saturday with at
Exciting
least
Friday night. I
one.
will try and make it over to the Isle of Ladies, although by how long that game could finish, I may have to be doing the podcast from the car. So depending on how long that one goes, if I
Well, I don't
decide.
know. It went pretty quick the other night.
Yes,
That 2-0 game with
indeed,
four
indeed.
hits in the whole game.
So,
So
see
you
you
never
on
do
Saturday.
know. It can go
Yeah.
either way. I would guess with Hollingsworth on the mound and the reputation South
Yeah.
Florence has
Well, I'm
for their
just thinking
pitching
about
staff,
that. I'm
could
just
be a
thinking
good
about
one.
that marathon, like 10, 11 in game that one time that Beaufort played a couple years
That's
back.
true. You could get one of those. You could get one of those. If that's the case, you just have a time that you have to cut bait, and you just
Yeah.
cut bait then, and you watch it on Game
Yeah.
Changer on the way
Yep.
home.
No doubt.
But there you go. Game starts at 6:30. Adam Mullen letting us know. Come out
Thank
and
you,
support the
Coach.
Eagles
Thank
out
you,
on the
Adam
Isle of
Mullen.
Ladies. Should be a
Yep.
good one. They've had a charmed run as well.
I
It's
love
been
that. I
fun.
love that field too. It's a nice little ball field.
It is a cool environment.
Yep.
It's small. So you got
Quaint
always got
ball
the
field.
chance of a bomb.
Yep.
It's a
I remember
cozy
my
little
favorite moment
environment. I like
there.
it.
Favorite moment there was a Hudson Mullen walk-off homer a couple years
Yeah.
back.
It
Don't
gets
remember
hyped there.
the game.
The sound echoes.
Yep.
The bugs do be biting though. So
Bring some
wear long
spray for sure.
sleeves if
Yeah.
you can stand it, and you might
Bring
get
some spray.
bug spray if you can stand it. But it should be a good night. All right, our final round of sponsors in the Lowco Booster Club. We got Base Hit Life, our baseball and softball themed apparel sponsor. I'm rocking my I got that dog in me shirt from Base Hit Life right now. You can live your best base hit life and get styled up for the diamond at basehitlife.com. Dr. Ambrose Coles, our official chiropractor. Find him at Rude Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. Reverence Wrestling Club, official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country, getting your floors so clean your feet will thank you. And Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. You got any parting thoughts for us, Wes?
I do. I mean, just once again, Jay Scarborough, the job that he has done this year, just incredible. And the way this team is growing along this year, and the job that they have done this playoff run, everybody has stepped up and dug in throughout these last couple of games, and they just continue to impress me. Their resolve tonight, coming back from down 3-0, where it looked like it was going to crumble quickly, just that buy-in there to get the offense going. When you draw 12 walks in a game, you're doing something right. I mean, that is the right approach you want, because walks is good as a hit, and not only that, but it raises the pitch count and it eats into the staff's count. And they had to use a bunch of guys tonight, and that sets you up for especially you're playing again tomorrow, so that further takes away some guys you could turn to. Now, they may have been saving some guys when that game got out of hand, and they may have someone saved up for game 3. But that's what we want to do. Keep eating at that staff, and it gives you a better chance of continuing the offensive prowess and success that we've seen. So I love the way Jay Scarborough has approached this season, and picked right up from where J-Dub left off, and it could make it even more exciting, even more successful. Just the fact that they have a chance to win a 4A state championship after they won a 3A this year. So one win away from back-to-back titles. See if they can get it done tomorrow night, and that would be just an incredible achievement for this team. Especially considering they lost a couple of big names last year and their head coach, and just the culture has continued to excel. And that takes buy-in from everybody. Those young guys, none bigger than what we saw on the mound today from Spurrier. And then
Spurrier,
yeah, everybody stepping up. Just tremendous job by that team. And I wish Max Araj was able to get to that one. And I hope that he's doing well and he will get back on our show soon. But I'm sure he is happy with what he was looking at tonight when he was checking the scores over there for Hilton Christian Academy. So hopefully, he will.
Just looking at their innings pitched for the season, it would look like probably Chip Hetzel gets the start tomorrow. He's pitched 33 innings this season.
Also, the guts to
Pretty
play an eighth
effective.
grader in an elimination game like that, and
Right?
to see that eighth grader reward him by putting up a phenomenal start.
Because it looks like Tucker Nelson didn't have it tonight. He's coming back off injury, and it looked like the command was not there. He was walking people and hitting people early, so they had to have the quick hook there. He could come back too. It's no. Just because he didn't have it today doesn't mean he won't have it tomorrow.
All hands on deck, and
he only threw a few pitches. So so they got some arms. And Seminara only threw 25, so he could definitely come back tomorrow.
And you can see a guy come back in the 6th or 7th inning. A normal starter come back to try and finish it off. We've seen that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Brooks wouldn't be able to come back, but everybody else should be. Everybody else should be good except for Brooks and Sparger, I would think. So they should be in pretty good shape there.
Yeah. My other parting thought is the PGA Championship underway today from Quail Hollow.
Yeah.
Jonathan Vegas with a scorching hot 7 under par, kind of coming out of nowhere.
It is a weird leaderboard, dude. Who are these people?
Yeah, and Luke Donald,
has-beens and never-weres.
Goodness, this is a crazy list of names. If you're a casual fan, and even bigger than that, there are some names on this list you probably would not recognize.
Ryan Gerard.
Yep. Cam Davis, who I've known before, but certainly someone who surprised today. Ryan Fox, I believe.
It is like such a no-name leaderboard right now. It's very
strange.
But
it's Thursday. See, we've seen that. We've seen it many times. I mean, we had what's his name? That guy, Valimaki, who faded quickly. I mean, and KJ Choi and all those guys in here.
I could regale you with tons of people that I've written 18-hole lead sidebars about that became completely irrelevant by Saturday at the Heritage, and certainly the pressure is going to ramp up even more at a major like this. But it was odd. I tuned in today and looked at the leaderboard and was like, I don't even know what any of these people's first names are. I don't recognize these last names at all, other than Adam Scott. I was at a loss. And Luke Donald. I don't think he was up there at the time when I looked at it first, but it was like just a bunch of names you didn't know, and it was very strange. So we'll see what.
Was -2. He had a solid first day.
Yeah, don't count him out.
But
somebody's.
So there are a couple of well-known names over there, but. We will see which one of
those. That first page that shows up on your TV, it was not an impressive list.
We will see which one of those names sticks in day 2, because can you find a way to back it up on Friday?
The PGA is the hardest major to win in a sense because it's a bigger field. It's usually played on a little more gettable golf course than Augusta or a US Open course, or even British for that matter. I mean, British is a totally different game almost. So it's usually a little more or a little more standard golf course, so to speak, I guess.
Right.
And it's a big field of people who.
I'll throw another name at you, Garrick Higo, the Palmetto champion, a couple years back, Congaree.
Big long fella.
Yeah.
It's a long ways. It was an odd first round. I'm intrigued. Hope to see some bigger names jump up.
Yeah, just some random names on this leaderboard.
Absolutely. Parting thoughts. Do I have one? I don't know that I really have one. Let me think. It's I'll go to May River, I guess, since I got out there tonight. They also have a great atmosphere over there, whether it's baseball or softball. Airport really traveled well tonight. They brought a lot of people down.
Yes.
It was a good atmosphere for softball, and the Sharks look good.
Yeah,
Caden Swafford pitched well. Olivia Nagel's waiting in the wings. She's tough.
yeah.
And
I felt bad. I got out there for the College County game, and then it got rained out. Then I had I was at prep, so I couldn't get to the last one, and then or I was somewhere else, so I couldn't get to the College and County game, and then
right.
so hopefully they'll have enough. They most likely will, but not guaranteed. But we will see, and I would love to see them get that South Florence dub. But certainly much easier said than done. That's a pretty solid Bruins squad out there that they will have to take on, and get some rest on Friday. And I like the pitching staff. I like who they have in the circle, and I like the way they're swinging the bat. And there's something to be said about a team playing locked in, and I think May River is at that level right now. So certainly cannot count them out against South Florence, but never easy when you go over there.
No, it is not. I was going to make sure that there wasn't one other parting thought that I had, but well, I'll leave you with this. How about this? We are continuing our One Lowco softball clinic series that we've been trying to get going, and we've added some awesome staff members to help us train up some girls in the Lowco this summer. We've got Delcy Swift, former Hilton Head High star, now at Jacksonville University, is going to be with me out there Sunday afternoon at Hardyville, helping girls learn how to pitch and do other things too. And then coming on board very soon, we got Kylie Rast, who just had a terrific freshman season at North Greenville, who will also be helping to develop pitchers, and Jordan Slocum, who got to catch her a good bit at North Greenville from Colleton County. Nice catcher. So we're going to be working with pitchers and catchers a lot this summer, and we're looking for some more girls that are playing ball or used to play ball that would like to get out there and cut their teeth coaching and helping young girls close the gap on their peers and try to be the best they can be by the time they get to high school. So looking forward to that. I'm all in on softball right now, and really enjoying the growth that we're seeing in this area, and excited to be a part of trying to help take it to another level. So yeah, it was good vibes out there at the May River game tonight. So that'll do it for tonight. We got it in under an hour, Wes, and lots of information, lots of analysis. Everybody's up to speed on what's happening in the Lowco. Thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight, as well as all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mickelson Law Firm. We appreciate your support, and we'd love to have more support. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can do it at info@LowcoSports.com. You can find us on all the socials, and I think my phone number's floating around out there too. So just get in touch. We'll get you set up as a new sponsor and let everybody know about your support here on the Lowco Sports Lowdown and all our other great programs on the Lowco Media Network. So for Wes Kerr, I am Justin Jarrett. We will see you again tomorrow night. Somebody will. We'll figure it out. We'll be far-flung trying to report on everything happening with our teams from the Lowco, but we'll get together online and let you know what happened tomorrow night. Give you the Lowco Sports Lowdown. So for Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Lowco.
The Lowco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go